Rick, I'd like to introduce some ideas, some, I would say, radical ideas about eating and losing weight and, obesity. First of all, I want to say that being obese is a ticking time bomb.
Okay.
There are all kinds of health problems that results from being overweight.
My biggest question I want to ask so that we can dig deep into it is this seriously affecting our people in this country?
Absolutely. You got to do is look around.
Is this so serious that do we need to pay attention to it?
We better.
All right, that's what we want to talk about.
But we got to look at the statistics as well. Diabetes is like an epidemic in the league. Diabetes is one of the spin-offs of being overweight. When you become diabetic, the first thing you're told is you need to lose weight, and there's a reason for that because diabetes is a gland, very important gland that no longer functions correctly. The insulin, the gland that produces insulin, which is an enzyme that digests sugar, enable you to utilize sugar in your blood as energy. It can either be utilized as energy or it will be stored as fat. When it's stored as fat, that's when we gain weight.
Do you think this affects our homes?
Of course.
Do you think this is very serious? You know what? I researched and I found out that it's affecting our kids.
Of course. Another
allowing
buzzword,
our kids to eat.
Another buzzword that's become almost a household word is childhood obesity. Childhood obesity, obese children, and it's all about the habits that the examples that are set for them by their parents or siblings, older siblings, in terms of what they eat and how they eat. See, how you eat is as important.
Yeah.
And when I say how you eat, I'm not necessarily talking about how you chew the food, or I'm talking about how often you eat, right? You see, and
do you think it's very important to have 3 meals a day?
I think it's important to eat, to nourish your body six times.
And you know our people.
6 times, Rick.
You know our people are so neglective. They neglect vegetables, which is very important.
Right. No, we're jumping into what to eat, but I want to stay on how to eat for a minute so I can get this point across.
All right.
6 times. You want to nourish your body 6 times a day. Now, why? The question is why. That's a big question.
All right.
The answer is that you want to avoid hunger.
All right.
You want to stave off hunger. You see, hunger is your enemy. Hunger is not necessarily a time to eat. Hunger is way past the time to eat.
I heard that.
You're already it's like hydration is the same thing. When you're thirsty, that's not the time to drink water. You should have drank water way before you got thirsty. The damage is already done, right? Same thing with hunger. If you wait until you're hungry to eat, it's too late. The damage is already done because the signal has been sent to your body already to store fat.
Yeah, you know what I see is very, very important, and they don't do it a lot. Our leaders in this country does not try to make that a topic, like it's not that important. My question is this: what do we as citizens of this country thinking, how can we prevent obesity? It's a serious challenge, and as I was saying, I want to know, I don't see no government program talking about your health.
Well, they are.
And we do have a Ministry of
Ministry of
Health.
Health is actually they're very active. Ministry of Health and PAHO. They're doing
All right.
a lot for Belizeans in terms of promoting good health.
All right.
You know, there is the Diabetic Association, and they are also on the ball. They have all kinds of activities.
Okay.
But one of the things I want to mention right now is because it's something that's coming up. The Ministry of Health, in partnership with PAHO, has produced a number of videos. Basically, these videos are encouraging Belizeans to get up
All right.
and move, get moving, right? The series is known as Get Moving series, and the reason I'm talking about it, the reason I know about it, is because I was asked to do the exercises and stuff.
All right. Well, that is great.
These are going to be launched later on this month, but right now there are 3 of them that are already
Done launch already.
they're not launched yet,
Oh,
but
they're
they've
not.
already been they've already been shot.
All right.
They're in production. They're being edited
Hey,
and stuff
so
like that. But these
Will this be like a project that they are doing on
Yeah.
health and
Yeah.
fitness as well?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you are the
yeah,
instructor, right?
right.
Oh, so that's like
they're
that like you got
exercise
your
videos.
back. You
Yeah.
got their back. So they are doing something.
Yes,
That is great.
yeah,
That is great.
yeah.
So and let me inform the public who do not know to let you know that I call him Eddie Ed, but he's also a fitness and health trainer, well qualified. You also have you also have your TV
Boot camp,
show
yeah.
on Love FM as well.
Exactly.
So that is
Exactly.
great. So people know we're not sitting here talking what we don't know. What we don't know. Hey,
Yeah.
we talk what we know.
Exactly.
Right?
Rick,
Very
I
good.
spent 23 years in the United States pursuing my career, studying
All right.
and researching and working. And I came back to Belize in 2006 with a mission. And I was a little bit alarmed, frankly speaking, when I
Okay.
came back, because I realized that, you know, in the old days we used to have a pretty good diet. The
Yeah.
Belizean diet was pretty good. You know, the cuisine. There was some misconceptions about it. I mean, but our food was then also, you know, we were focused on natural produce, and everybody used to go to the market. Remember when the market used to
Yeah.
be at the bridge foot back in the days?
And you don't see a lot of people right now. Make I tell us something to make a long story short about people, the type of mentality what people have. Or people like to wait until something get out of control to pay attention to it.
That's true.
They don't like to attack it at an early age.
That's true.
That's just a habit in our humanity system here in this
And
country.
it's not just this country. It's not just our people either. This is a human tendency.
All right.
Right? Human being in general, we tend to okay, the way it's put is, there are some things that are urgent and there are some things that are important. Then there are some things that are not urgent but they are important. Right? Taking care of your health from day to day is usually not urgent if you're not already sick. It's not urgent, but it's important.
But some of our people wait till they go to the doctor for the doctor to tell them, you know what?
Well, when the doctor has to tell you, it's gone too far.
It's out of control, right?
It's late. It's never too late to take action and restore your health, I would say. But you know, by the time the doctor has to tell
when you
you,
wait for it and get out of control, it start to affect you mentally. It affect your mind. It start to like you. It slow down. Slow you down a bit to let you think and say, my goodness, I mean, this create right under my nose, and if you never went to the doctor, you never know.
true.
And this happen a lot in the family, but people have to understand it comes along with age.
Well, the truth is this, Rick. They're getting the warning signs all along. They're just ignoring them.
Yeah.
It's called neglect,
All
right? You neglect to take care of your health. You neglect to do the right thing. I mean, you know, the truth is, our Ministry of Health, you know, kind of puts a lot of information out there. And one of the information says the smart thing to do is to take a medical checkup, do a medical checkup at least once a year.
Yeah.
So you know what's happening with your body.
Yeah, but to be on a serious note and a real note, some of these medical checkups are very expensive. Man,
Oh no, a medical checkup is not that not expensive. You know, unless you have some problems, it's not expensive to get a medical
checkup.
It's actually minimal.
All right.
Because all they do is run some tests and then they give you a feedback, and then if there's a problem, that's where the expense normally comes in.
All right.
But the whole idea of doing this is to look at the early signs of a problem, so that you can nip it in the bud before it becomes a problem where you have to go through some expensive procedure.
The reason why this is very, very important, because most housewife and single parent are the one who is responsible to put the food on the table. But my thing is this: what are you putting on the table for your kids to eat? You are the one responsible for your kids' health. So you are one going to be responsible also to if the health get under control.
Well, you see, Rick, that's providing we're living like we were in the old days, where family used to sit together at a table and eat.
Yeah.
And the food used to be served in the house.
So now you're telling me that
things have changed. Things have changed.
People are attacking a lot of fast food.
Everybody are grabbing it on the go instead of having meals. I mean, you know, the whole thing, the family structure, the old traditional family structure is eroding. That's what our problem is.
Yeah.
Now, at one time, food used to be, I mean, we used to talk about home cooked food, you know, and home cooked food is quality food, because you know, cooking at a restaurant is all about making a profit. I mean, we know that. That's everybody knows that. Cooking at home is about serving your family nutritious meals.
That's right.
Right? So, you know, they don't, you know, you want to go out and get good produce, fresh produce, and prepare it for your family, because you love your family and because your family is important.
You are the one, as well, you're going to be the one who's sitting at the doctor with your family. Yeah. Right? You also are the one responsible to put that healthy, proper meal to prevent going to the doctor for your family as well.
Exactly.
So that's a serious responsibility on your part.
Exactly.
You got to pay attention very carefully.
If you are the parent, the mom, usually, traditionally, the mother in the household would be the one preparing the food.
Yeah.
Going out to the market, shopping. Well, that could be both parents' role, for that matter.
It goes right down to what you cook with. It's very important as well.
Well, how you prepare the food generally is important, because that's what that determines the nutritional value of the food. You see, you don't want to process food too much.
Yeah.
Food in its natural state as it comes from nature is actually the best way to consume it. But we as human beings, because we want to satisfy our taste buds and stuff like that, we will add, you know, seasoning and all that stuff, and we will process the food to a certain extent. We want to be careful not to process our food too much. Because the best way to consume food is the way Mother Nature gives it to us.
You get the natural,
fresh, natural. You will get all the what we call the micronutrients, and you will get all the really essential nutrients, the minerals and vitamins that are naturally in food.
Yeah.
Right. And you get the oxidants. These things are very, very important for the health of the human body.
I heard that.
You know?
I heard that. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to squeeze off a couple of the tunes.
Yes,
try to pay some bills.
Yes,
come right back, keep it locked to MoreFM.
That's right. Keep it locked. And think of a question that you have about health.